72% of Australians live in cities, and too much of our cities are concrete jungles. We need to be bringing nature back through green infrastructure. Now, I Googled you. You're quite the legend. You're 6 times Australian windsurfing champion, in the top 10 of windsurfers in the world for lots of years. The bit I'm missing, though, is how does that connect with green infrastructure innovation?
Probably didn't Google. I worked with CSIRO, Fisheries and Oceanography, for about 6 years before I escaped to windsurfing.
Oh, I missed that. You're like a marine biologist.
Yes, so I worked on ecological systems there in estuaries and coral reefs, but I've always been interested in the sandstone escarpment flora. Behind you here, we'll show you these plants are apparently growing on a centimetre or 2 of soil.
It's crazy,
on
isn't
a rock
it?
face.
You're right, it's in like that much soil.
They work like a giant sponge, and then they wick the water across the rock into the creek lines. This will continue to wick water for the next 6 weeks. Here it is all around us, and we just need to put this onto a building. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. So Mark, another thing I know about you is you used to make sailboards.
Yes, I used to design and shape my own boards, but all boards today have styrofoam cores. So there's an issue with them. When you get pinholes or fractures in the board that was 6 or 8 kilos would double its weight in one sailing session.
Okay, so it's really porous. It really soaks up the water.
It does. It has a capillary action between it. And so what's really bad in a sailboard or a surfboard is really fantastic for plants. If you shred all this styrofoam waste that's going to landfill, it lasts 400 years in landfill.
400 years. What's a man who I know is committed to sustainability doing mucking around with something like this?
Well, landfills are full of it, and we've worked out a way of shredding it and turning it into a media.
When you're saying a media, this is basically soil for plants to grow in.
That's correct.
Amazing. So Oliver, this is how it arrives on site.
Yeah, this is a typical build-up of one of our ultralight green roof eco pillows. It doesn't look like it's much here, but this has about 35 years of research and development that sits behind it.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I mean, good design ends up looking simple.
Exactly. So there's not much to it here when it comes to a capillary mat, shade cloth, and then we've got a couple of secret herbs and spices that sit inside this eco pillow here.
Gotcha.
So it starts life like this, and then, as you can see around, it grows into a beautiful garden.
This is what you end up with.
You're looking at about 1 growing season before you get full coverage, but some plants will grow even faster.
And I guess being on people's roofs, weight is important.
Exactly. So I could go throwing these around, but I prepared something over here for you.
Okay.
So if you pick one of those up, that's your typical soil.
Yep. It's about as heavy as I expected.
Exactly. And how about you grab one of those buckets over there? That's full of our growing medium.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, you could throw that around.
This is one hand, yeah.
That's about 6 times the weight over there in the soil that it is in our growing media.
Really? This is 6 times lighter?
It is.
Wow, that must mean happy engineers, happy designers.
Exactly. Less weight, less cost.
Oh, Sky, my goodness, you must love living here.
We do very much. It's a really beautiful space. We have a hive of activity on the green roof with all the insects and bird life.
Right, that's not something anyone living in Newtown would normally say.
No, I guess we're really lucky with the amount of green space that we have for such a small property.
And I guess if this was all hard surfaces, that wouldn't happen so much.
It wouldn't be as inviting. I think it would be a cold environment, but this is very soft and calm, very peaceful.
Yeah.
It's a really pleasant space for us to hang out together.
And is there much maintenance with the plants?
None at all.
I guess if there was any, you'd just send hubby up there anyway. Of the 2,000 plus projects that the Greenwall Company has worked on so far, they've pretty much all been retrofits. To get where we all really want to be, green infrastructure needs to be written into the DNA of the building before it's built. This is a start, but we've got a long way to go.
If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more every week.